The first recommendation in our report references the Minute of Appreciation for Stephen Roche. I won't read that in its entirety, but let me comment just briefly about Stephen's service for the church in his position as the Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer, a post which he has held for 13 years. In that time, he's brought strong leadership to the church in financial matters, his excellent managerial skills, particularly his expertise in financial matters, but all in a way which has been a great blessing to the church. On a personal level, his engaging personality and his sense of humor make him a delight to be with, and he has added considerably to the work of the Assembly Council. As the minute says, and I can attest to this, that he has an ability to explain complex financial issues and concepts in a way that makes them understandable even to those who don't have any kind of background in finance. So he gave to the Council of the General Assembly itself and the Church great confidence in the financial resources of the Church and that they were being managed well. The minute references Stephen's work as treasurer of PWS&D, keeping its finances at a level of accountability that agency of the church and has the trust of the church, and not just of the church, but of the Canadian government, which is an important connection for that body to have, in helping us through it to support development programs and respond to global emergencies with our gifts. I've found Stephen with us on the Assembly Council always to be patient with any question, and I understand that's the case, and it has been for me as well, just phoning in from wherever you find yourself in the country with a question around financial matters, and he's always been ready to explain things and to explain them to neophytes like me in words of just 1 or 2 syllables so that we make sure that we understand them all the time. Stephen has been a wise and faithful servant of the church, and we wish to him and his wife Fiona God's richest blessing in his retirement. Our recommendation number 1, and this is page 2.1.4, is that the above minute of appreciation for Mr. Stephen Roche be adopted.
Recommendation 1 then, are there any questions? All in favor? Opposed, if any? And that is carried. And
Moderator, I wonder if I could invite you to invite Stephen to, and his wife Fiona is here with him, and some of his family, if he'd like to be presented to the Assembly for our congratulations.
Yes. Thank you very much, Bob. I was hoping to invite you to invite me to invite Stephen to invite his family forward. And Fiona and gang, if you would wish to come forward at that time, and of course Stephen as well. Steve, I greet you not only as someone who has benefited from your financial sagacity and from your strong opinions, which have been invariably correct over the years, and the advice that you've given to congregations, presbyteries, and individuals. I greet you not only in that capacity, but as so many have been able to do, I greet you as friend, and as truly valued friend and servant of the church. And many others will say wonderful things about you. I could go on at some length, but I wouldn't want to embarrass Fiona. So if you wish to address the court.
Oh, thank you.
Congrats. Thank you.
My abiding memory of this job over the last 13 years, when I look back, will be undoubtedly the tremendous gifts, abilities, skill sets, the professions that the Presbyterian Church members across the country possess. And I have had the opportunity, working with Presbyterians from coast to coast, to talk with them, to work with them, and to listen to them and gain their wisdom. As much as I advised them, they advised me. So I think the church has such tremendous gift with the 100,000 or so Presbyterians that I don't think there's any problem that we can't, with God's help, conquer. I would like to thank the people at 50 Winford Drive, and I would like to name them all for you, which will take another 10 minutes, but I shan't. But I would be remiss if I didn't thank Diana Kellington and Barbara Navratil and Kuda, and of course my colleagues on the management team, Stephen Kendall, Ian Ross McDonald, and Rick Fee, who I worked with for a number of years. Finally, I would like to acknowledge my family, who have been very supportive in the career from industry. And so my wife Fiona, my son Matthew, my daughter-in-law Gia, and the star of the show now, Max, my grandson, Mr. Brown Eyes. In conclusion, it has been my privilege to serve the church over these 13 years of the Vineyard. Thank you.
He is the star of the show. and there we go. And Stephen, you have labored to keep the church in a solid financial position, but because of your good work, we find ourselves in debt. We are indebted to you. We are indebted to you. So, but not financially.
No.
You're done now.